sky, with tear-stained hands and a hollow cry. The Bible shook in her weathered grip, while blood and dust kissed her trembling lips. The wind stood still, the earth leaned in, and silence whispered of her sin. She prayed, the crows watched, cold and still, perched like judgment on the hill. No angel came, no light broke through, just feathers, black and sky turned blue. She begged the Lord her soul to catch. She prayed, the crows just watched. Voice rose up like a funeral hymn, but the graveyard air stayed thick and dim. She swore she saw her lover's face in the smoke that curled from a burned out graze. The steeple cracked, the candles wept. The sin she buried never slept. She prayed, the crows watched, sharp and near, eyes like coals, hearts hard as fear. No choir sang, no thunder cried, just the rustle of wings as hope died. She screamed for love the world forgot. She prayed, the crows watch. They say the crows are death's own spies, counting lies beneath the skies. But maybe they were angels turned, watching how the saints all burned. She prayed, the crows watched, dark and wise, under weeping trees and graying skies. Her breath ran dry, her knees went weak, still not a soul dared move or speak. A girl once pure, now fire blotched. She prayed, the crows just watched. Fields once gold, now whisper gray. The sun don't rise the same each day. The cotton sways, but it don't sing, just holds the weight of everything. The wind smells like an old farewell, and the ground hums low like a broken bell. Crows over Cottonland, black and still, wings like shadows on a windless hill. The circle slow where the silence grew, where blood once bloomed and sorrow flew. No saints, no plow, just haunted hands. Crows over Cottonland. They say the house stood proud and wide, now it leans like guilt that won't subside. She danced in white through the fields of flame, now only ashes know her name. The ghost won't speak, but the sky don't lie. It's stitched with feathers and a widow's crows cry. Crows over Cottonland, cold and bold, carrying stories that were never told. The hymns are gone, the pews are bare, but something watches from the air. No blessing blooms, no peace can land. Crows over Cottonland. Don't walk that soil when the sky turns black. Don't say your name, don't look back. They say your soul rides every wind, waiting for the storm to sing. Crows over Cottonland, thick with fade, hovering above an unmarked gate. The cotton's quiet, the roots run deep, but the land remembers what it keeps. No cross, no flame, no preacher's hand, just crows over Cottonland. There's a field just past the widow's gate, where cotton grows but never waits. It blooms like snow, then turns to red. 1,000 roots, and none are dead. The earth remembers every name, but speaks in rust and choking flame. Where the cotton bleeds and crows cry, the wind don't move, and prayers die. The cross leans low, the bells don't toll. The ground keeps secrets it stole. No peace, no fire, no sky. Where the cotton bleeds cry. She walked that road in a dress of dusk, her hands still warm, her vow turned dust. The preacher fled, the dogs went still, as blood bloomed deep beneath the hill. And in her hair the crows made nest, feasting on the sins unconfessed. Where the cotton bleeds and crows cry, the dead don't sleep. They testify of violent moans where sermons fail, and grace hangs dry on a rusted nail. No love, no truth, no lie. Where the cotton bleeds and crows cry. Don't bring flowers, don't bring light. This land don't care for wrong or right. Just bow your head and leave your name. The soil will find its claim. Where the cotton bleeds and crows cry, she waits beneath a blood-swept sky, with eyes like coals and lips like stone. She hums There's a hymn the dead have known. No voice comes back when you reply, where the cotton bleeds and crows cry. Once flew in a black lace dress and worn out shoes. The church bells rang, but no one came, only dust and fire and broken names. The sky grew pale, the wind grew thin, then feathers fell on fields of sin. Feathers fell on fields of sin, where no soul walks and no grace wins. The crops died slow, the roots ran deep. The earth don't rest, it barely sleeps. She wept for love, but none within, just feathers falling on fields of sin. They said she prayed till her voice went dry, to a God who left without goodbye. The Bible burned in a cradle's ash, while lightning split the steeple sash. The silence screamed beneath her skin when feathers fell on fields of sin. Feathers fell on fields of sin, no angels rose, no light shone in. The wind blew low like a funeral hymn, and the crows came back to circle grim. She walked away but stayed within, a ghost beneath those fields of sin. Feathers fell on fields of sin, where stories rot and time wears thin. The cross leans sharp, the chapel cries, while love decays beneath its lies. So don't ask why, don't wander in where feathers fall on fields of sin. We sow the ground with borrowed grace, built our home on a stranger's place. And she wore white, but the soil was red, and the crows flew low over words unsaid. We prayed with hands we didn't earn, and lit the fields just to watch them burn. The land with blood on boots and dirt on hands. The sun went down, the wind grew steep. The harvest wasn't ours to reap. The well ran dry by autumn's end, and silence settled like a friend. She walked away through the ashes bare, with him still tangled in her hair. The ground cracked open slow and wide, and swallowed everything we tried to hide. The harvest wasn't ours to reap. We drank from rivers meant for grief. Our fathers lied, our mothers prayed, but not all debts can be delayed. No crop can grow from promises cheap. The harvest wasn't ours to reap. The soil don't forget what we pretend, it just waits quiet for the end. If you plant sin in someone's name, you'll reap the fire, not the grain. The harvest wasn't ours to reap. The Lord don't sow where spirits weep. We took the land but not the shame, and paid in full with ghost and flame. Now every night I dream too deep of harvest we weren't meant to reap. The cotton sways like a ghost in sleep, white as bones the fields still keep. We plowed the land with borrowed hands, and built our prayers on stolen sand. The wind don't lie, and neither does stone. The earth still whispers what we won't know. There's blood beneath the cotton rows, buried deep where no light goes. You can't wash clean what roots still drink. Truth don't fade, it just don't blink. No matter how the harvest grows, there's blood beneath the cotton rows. The church stands cracked in crooked grace, its steeple bent like time and place. She sang a hymn with fire in her breath, and left behind a trail of death. The crows no names, no stone can show, and sing them low where we don't go. Cotton rose where every bloom hides what it knows. The soul remembers, the sky don't speak, but the truth breaks through when the roots grow weak. No cross can cover what history chose. There's blood beneath the cotton rows. You can't outrun the things you build. Not every field was meant to yield. Some ground don't want your prayer or plow. It just waits and watches how. There's blood beneath the cotton row, still pulsing soft where no one goes. You can reap the wind, you can bless the land, but the ghosts still walk with open hands. And every wind that whispers knows there's blood beneath the cotton row. Candle at the edge of dusk, with a match that smelled of rain and rust. Said the wind speaks truer than men, then turned and vanished in the fen. The trees bent low, the riverside, and something ancient never died. Wings darker than the southern sky, passed above with a widow's cry. No star could pierce that kind of night, no prayer could set the story right. She left with silence, not goodbye, just wings darker than the southern sky. Chapel door said he don't speak of her no more. The storm rolls in then turns to stay, like guilt that never fades away. The sky don't cry, it only warns. Where wings are past, the earth is worn. Wings darker than the southern sky, cast their shade where secrets lie. The cotton bound, the oak trees swayed, the dogs went quiet, the children prayed, and still no soul can answer why those wings darker than the southern sky. Feathers fall where justice breaks, and time folds in on past mistakes. If she returns, it won't be hope, just shadow, wind, and something cold. Southern sky will haunt this ground till spirits die. You'll hear her humming winds that pass, like footsteps through the broken grass. No peace, no fire, no lullaby, just wings darker than the southern sky. Watched her veil catch fire at dawn, as the chapel cracked and the sky moved on. No tears were shed, no prayers were said, smoking silence where she bled. The crows took flight, the soil grew thin, now I breathe. Ashes in the cottonwind. Ashes in the cottonwind, where loved ones lived but couldn't bend. The fields still sway but feel undone, lit by a ghost instead of sun. No mercy left, no place to begin. Just ashes in the cottonwind. Its boards still hum what we won't show. Her dress hangs torn in the willow's clutch, a story buried just out of touch. The wind repeats what I won't defend, telling truths. In the cottonwind, ashes in the cottonwind, scattered wide from sending. The fire came fast, the grace came late. Now all that's left is broken fate. No forgiveness, no next of kin. Just ashes in the cottonwind. You can't rebuild what died in flame, can't chase a soul that won't say its name. And if you kneel to beg again, you'll taste her voice in that ghosted wind. Ashes in the cottonwind, where time won't heal and light grows thin. She's part of every whispering row, every shadow the reapers know. I reach for her, but breathe her in. Just ashes in the cottonwind. The scarecrow swayed though there was no breeze, and the church bell stopped mid-eulogy. The plow stood still in the midday sun, like it knew the work was finally done. The crows all flew, the dogs lay flat, and not a soul dared look back. The day the fields turned silent, no hymn could break the sky. The cotton bowed like mourners as the wind forgot to cry. The blood beneath the rose ran deep, and time refused to keep the day. The fields turned silent. spoke. The sun turned black behind the haze, and shadows stretched for miles of days. The earth stood still, the air turned thick, and sorrow settled cold and quick. The day the fields turned silent, no sermon dared to rise. The crops stood still in witness to forgotten lullabies. The sky had seen too much to weep, and roots had none to keep. The day the fields turned silent. Don't speak too loud on hollow ground. The past still walks without a sound. If you must pray, then kneel with care. That silence isn't empty air. The day the fields turned silent, the wind took back its song, and every step felt heavier, like even dirt knew wrong. We buried love and lost the light, and never made it right. The day the fields turned silent. They laid her down where cotton blooms, by the edge of fields and shattered tombs. No preacher spoke, no choir sang, just rusted wind and chapel clang. The lanterns dimmed, the air stood thick, and time slowed down like candle wick. A funeral beneath the Boll moon, where grief grows wild and ends too soon. The land went hush, the sky turned white, and crows just watched from either side. No words could fill that kind of room. A funeral beneath the Boll moon. She wore no veil, just braided grace, and left her name in no one's place. The soil was soft from autumn's weep, still stained by roots that never sleep. No morning bell, no holy hymn, just shadows dressed in requiem. A funeral beneath the Boll moon, where sorrow hums a crooked tune. The cotton bent like bowed regret for all the prayers we won't forget. No fire burned, no voice in bloom. A funeral beneath the Boll moon. Don't follow footsteps on that hill. The Silence screams and truths are strewn. I left a flower she'll never see, and whispered what she meant to me, then turned before it turned to ruin. A funeral beneath the ball moon. Cotton don't bloom like it used to do. Ever since she vanished in the frost and dew, I still see her dress in the morning haze, trailing ghosts through yesterday's maze. The wind won't speak, but it sure does mourn, and the fields feel colder when I'm alone. Her shadow still walks the rows when no man dares and the dead wind blows. A whisper caught in a chapel bell, a scent of fire, a touch of hell. No one sees her but heaven knows. Her shadow still walks the road. They say she prayed too loud too long, then disappeared mid-harvest song. No grave was dug, no word was left, just silence heavy as holy theft. And every dusk like a widow's vow, I hear her footsteps soft and slow. Her shadow still walks the roads through rusted stalks and bitter crows. The lanterns dim, the night stands still, like time itself bends to her will. A curse the soul was made to know. Her shadow still walks the road. Plow too deep, don't call her name. The ground don't care who holds the blame. If love goes wrong where sorrow grows, the earth remembers what it sows. Her shadow still walks the roads, a veil of ash where cold wind blows. I sleep with salt beneath my door, but still she hums outside once more, and every root and ray